Let's talk about our mates over at the ABC. The new chairman, Kim Williams, gave a speech last night at the Lowy Institute Media Awards, and he spoke about fake news. We've got to drum out the fake news. Take a listen.
Our younger journalists have a much more activist view of the role of journalism and a much more policy prosecutorial approach. Not only is it to be discouraged, it is to be ardently opposed.
He's quite right in saying that, but I've yet to see any cleaning up actually be done at the ABC, Christy McSweeney. I mean, we've been talking about Heston Russell. Of course, we know about the nonsense they made up about Russian collusion with Trump, etc. I mean, you want to look for places of fake news. The ABC's the hub of it.
I keep saying it, Caleb. I grew up a regional Australian in the 80s. There's two channels, the ABC and basically anything that played football. And if it wasn't for the ABC in the regions, myself and hundreds of thousands of other regional young Australians wouldn't have access to the world. So they do an amazing job in regional Australia. There's city newsrooms, less reflecting the bastion of objective reporting that people in the regions come to depend on from the ABC. And for the CEO to sit there and, first of all, you didn't play the part of the clip, but he spoke about fake news and misinformation, which you mentioned, while he has this absolute scandal hanging over his own head at the ABC. There is not a politician or CEO alive who would do that, bar perhaps maybe Andrew Forrest in Australia, to go and say that while you're under that type of investigation. It was incredible that he made that statement.
I should point out Kim is chairman, not CEO, but still, I mean, he's got control of the board, right? Or at least he presides over the board.
Yes, of course, absolutely.
So he should be more concerned about this stuff than anyone else. But you talk about their regional reporting, Christy, and Chrysten, I listen to the ABC because I figure you have to sort of pay attention to what the enemy is doing and what the competitor is doing. And they do a lot of good work on regional radio, etc. But I was listening to The World Today during the week, which is midday every day on the ABC. We played this clip on the Late Debate the other night. The bit of regional reporting that they played there on yesterday I think it was about a transgender op shop in Ballarat. I mean, if that's the sort of regional reporting we're getting out of the ABC at the moment, God help us.
I'll give you that one, Caleb. All right, I'll give you that one.
Go on, Chrysten.
Yeah, I thought his comment was laughable, to be honest, because those young people at the ABC had to learn it from somewhere. And you were talking about a different segment that kind of sits under the ABC. Triple J, which is the youth broadcasting service, which also sits under the ABC. I'll read you a headline from 2019. It says, "A generational shift, what Triple J overhaul means." Now, they cleaned out their 30-something-year-old hosts, and they brought in a bunch of 20-something-year-old hosts. Now, one of the amazing hosts on there was Tom Tilley, and he was 37 years old. He ran an informative segment called Hack, which is meant to inform young people. And he showed both sides. He showed whether it was Labor or Liberal, he grilled both sides. Whether it was pro-nuclear or anti-nuclear, grilled both sides. Now it's very one-sided. But those 20-something-year-olds didn't give themselves the job. It was senior people within the company that said, hey, let's do this as part of the overhaul. And a fish rots from its head, and it seems like to me Kim Williams was dodging a bus, and it just happened to be young people that went under it for him.